The real glow up as a woman in your 30s is not about makeup and clothes. It's about becoming the woman that walks into a room with confidence, the woman who knows how to take care of her body, her family, her money, her peace. That's what it means to be well rounded, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Hi there, I'm Samira. Welcome to my channel. I help women in their 30s reset their mindset, embrace growth, and build lives that feel soft, abundant, and truly aligned with their values. Here we talk a lot about feminine energy, motherhood, self development, and small daily habits that compound into the life that you love. For me, this journey has been about embracing growth as a mother, as a wife, as a woman rebuilding her identity after loss and starting over. And I realized that being well rounded is not being perfect, it's about balance, presence, and constantly evolving. So, today I want to share what makes up the heart of a well rounded woman, from her mindset to her habits to her style and spirit. And if you're ready to take this a step further, I've created a soft life reset workbook that challenges you for 7 days to slow down and realign with your true values for free. It's linked in the description below. And I've also created the mindset workbook. This workbook is designed to help you reset, rewire your beliefs, and step into your empowered self. You can find all the links in the description below. Now, let's talk about the 9 qualities of a well rounded woman. Just a heads up, this isn't about doing it all. This is something we've been fed a lot as millennial women about doing it all, but it left a lot of us, especially me, feeling burnt out and in survival mode and always feeling like we can't catch up. So instead of thinking of this as a glow up to becoming a perfect woman, think of these qualities as an anchor. These anchors are designed to help you stay steady on the highs and lows of life. They protect your mental peace. And on top of that, they make you effortless and magnetic. And if you're in your 30s, especially, this will set the foundation for the rest of your life. So as I share them, I want you to reflect on them and think about how this aligns with your values and imagine yourself stepping into that kind of version of a woman. Let's start with number 1. This woman possesses intellectual curiosity. She is a long life learner because a curious woman never goes stale. She's always expanding her mind, always adapting, and always evolving. Let's say you meet this woman every few years or you check in to see an update in her. You know for sure that she has leveled up in some aspect of her life every time, whether it's her job, whether it's her body, or whether it's just how she does things. She has evolved for the better. And for us women in our 30s who are high up in our careers or mothers or both, it's easy to get caught up in routines, career, family, endless responsibilities, and we forget to feed our own curiosity. But when we stop learning, we risk becoming stagnant, disconnected, and even irrelevant in some conversations. I'll give you a personal example. I've recently taken up gardening, and it has opened up a whole new world to me. I went from knowing nothing about flowers to learning their names, to learning their blooming cycles and how to care for them based on where I live. Suddenly, a walk through my yard or neighborhoods is not just a routine, it's exciting. I was asking questions, experimenting, and seeing the beauty in small details. I recently visited my family back in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and I was in that neighborhood for almost over 20 years. But now that I have opened up my mind about gardening, I see everyone's garden and house totally different. As in, like, it, despite me have living in that neighborhood for 20 years, I started seeing it through a different light. How well kept some people's yards were, how beautiful designs were in some people's gardens. And like I said, it was just a fresh perspective, and it was so nice to see the world through a different lens just by simply learning about gardening. And that's what curiosity does, or learning something new. It wakes up parts of your mind and spirit that you didn't know were asleep in your mind. And long term, this isn't just about hobbies. Research shows that women who continue learning, or at least learn something new as they get older, reduces risk of cognitive decline and diseases like dementia later in life. Think about it. The curious woman in her 30s becomes a grandmother that is sharp and confident and has so many amazing stories to share. So instead of seeing curiosity as a luxury, see it as protection for your mind, protection for your creativity. Some practical steps to spark that curiosity is maybe reading for 10 minutes before you go to bed. Ask why more often. Be that mom or partner or friend who brings fresh ideas into conversations. Or like me, try a small hobby like gardening or cooking or painting. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to spark joy. Lastly, you can even keep a curiosity journal. Maybe a question might pop up of something that you're curious about. Jot it down and explore it later. Here's a question to reflect about. When was the last time you truly felt excited about learning something new? Imagine if you carried that same energy into your daily life. Quality number 2 of a well rounded woman. And this is very important. This is financial literacy. She's a wealth multiplier. Now, money is not just about numbers, it's freedom. A financially wise woman knows how to manage, multiply, and protect her resources. And for women in our 30s, this is a non negotiable. Yes, we may lean on our husbands for big financial decisions if we have other responsibilities in the house, and that's perfectly fine, but we cannot afford to be kept in the dark. Because the reality is, life happens. Partners get sick, partners lose their job, marriages end. If we don't know how money works, we risk being vulnerable in the very moments our family needs us to be strong. Financial wisdom is not about being independent from your partner. It's about being empowered with knowledge. It's about having the confidence to pay bills, understanding investments, and make decisions that protect your family. And beyond that, it's about passing on financial literacy to your children so they grow up confident too. Without it, money controls you. It shows up as debt, dependence, and even staying in situations you don't want but you can't afford to leave. That's not freedom. That's a trap. But with financial literacy, money becomes a tool for choice, peace, and legacy. Some practical tips of how to become more literate in how money works is track your spending for a month or two and see where your money goes. You can learn the basics of investing. And I know investing can be very intimidating for a lot of women, but there are amazing influencers or women in finance that have broken it down and has shown repeatedly how easy it is. Another step that I know is a bit taboo in some households and workplaces is to talk about money openly. Ask questions, take a course, read one personal finance book this year. If you are fully in control of your finances, how would that change the way you carry yourself? What options would suddenly open up for you? Now, quality number 3, a well rounded woman creates safe spaces. She is a great hostess. Hospitality is energy. It's how you make people feel when they're in your presence. And in our 30s, especially if you have a family, you start realizing how important it is to bring the family together. Food, a warm home, an open invitation. It's like glue. Kids, teenagers, even grown adults are more likely to show up if you have a welcoming energy, food on the table, and a safe space for them all to hang out together. Hospitality is the reason why people gather, and gathering is what keeps families strong. But here's the reality. People don't host like they used to. COVID is a big reason why this has happened. We've stopped inviting, we've stopped hiding big gatherings. That habit never came back. Add in our phones with social media, which can keep us entertained for hours, and suddenly face to face connection doesn't feel as urgent. That is why hospitality is more important than ever because it fights back on isolation. It's what keeps family ties from fading. Now, here's the thing hosting well is more than just gathering people at your house. We all may have been to a gathering where the host is a bit frantic, running around, constantly forgetting important things for the table, or hardly sitting down with the guests because she's stuck in the kitchen. The energy feels scattered, and instead of warmth, everyone feels a little on edge. So, what I'm trying to get at is that to be a good hostess, the goal isn't to perform or stress yourself out. It's to be effortless and well planned and natural. A great hostess is not remembered for her spotless kitchen or perfect menu, but for her presence and the way she made people feel cared for and included. Some of my favorite childhood memories were not from trips or toys. They were the family events, birthdays, holidays, even Sunday dinners, hosted by the same woman who always did the work and brought everyone together. That effort mattered. It created belonging. And that's why those moments are still the ones that shaped me the most. Without hospitality, relationships drift. But with it, people feel cared for and connected. It's not about a Pinterest perfect home, it's about warmth, intention, and presence. Here are some practical tips to revive hospitality in your life. Keep a hospitality drawer. Tea, snacks, candles, small touches that make people feel welcome. Learn one easy recipe you can confidently serve everyone every time. Prep in advance so you actually have time to sit with your guests versus running around. Set aside phone free time so people can actually feel seen and connected. And don't wait for a big occasion. Invite people in casually. A cup of tea is enough. Here's something to reflect on. Think of the last time someone has truly made you feel welcome. What did they do that made you feel so safe? And how can you recreate that same feeling? Not just for your guests, but to keep your family close. Quality number 4 of a well rounded woman. This kind of piggybacks off hospitality, but this is nourishment and creativity. A woman's cooking and plating skills. I used to be that woman that didn't know how to cook, and if I did, it wasn't good. I always preferred the convenience of eating out, avoiding the mess of dirty dishes, or the hassle of taking out pots and pans. We don't have a microwave, so if you can imagine how many pots and pans that makes dirty, I wasn't about it. Honestly, I thought cooking was just work, and I never looked forward to it. But as I've gotten older and now I have a family, I'm starting to realize how therapeutic it could really be. Cooking, when approached with the right mindset, isn't just about food, it's about slowing down, being creative, and pouring love into something intangible. And the benefits are endless. It saves money, it grounds you, it makes your home feel alive, and it creates memories. There's also a certain magic of a woman that can just walk into her kitchen and just make something marvelous from the little things in her refrigerator. Just whip something up so effortlessly. People admire that skill. It feels abundant, resourceful, nurturing. It's not about perfection. It's about presence and care. And in our 30s, this becomes more meaningful. It's not about just feeding yourself, it's about the energy you bring into your home. Cooking with care sends a message without a word that you value health, beauty, and tradition. It shows you can create warmth and abundance just from a few simple ingredients. Think about it this way: food tells a story about you. When you put in extra effort, people feel it. Your kids notice it, your partner appreciates it, your friend remembers it. It says that you're thoughtful, nurturing, creative, and intentional. Those are qualities that speak louder than words. Easy to fall into a cycle of takeout, overspending, or eating on the go. That not only drains your wallet, but it robs you of the joy and the connection that happens around a shared meal. Some practical tips to elevate your cooking is to master 3 dishes that you can confidently serve every time. You can experiment with fresh seasonal ingredients to make your meals more vibrant. You can add intention with small touches, a sprinkle of herbs, a thoughtful arrangement, lighting a candle at the table, and just reframe cooking as self expression, not a chore. It's an act of love you have for yourself and others. Let's reflect on how different would your week feel? Even 2 of your meals felt nourishing and beautiful and just an experience instead of rushed and mindless. What would it say about the woman you are becoming? Quality number 5 of a well rounded woman. She has a signature style and she dresses with intention. Your style speaks before you do. A well rounded woman dresses with intention, not to impress others, but to reflect her essence. In our 30s, this is especially important. By now, people are not just noticing what you wear, they're reading what it says about you. The way you carry yourself can influence how seriously you're taken at work, how respected you are at social settings, and even how confident you feel walking into a room. Style is not about vanity, it's about signaling self respect. And when you respect yourself, others are more likely to respect you too. Think about it. A woman who dresses with intention communicates discipline, awareness, and confidence without ever speaking a word. On the other hand, neglecting your appearance can unintentionally say that you're scattered, unsure of yourself, or not fully present in your own life. People respond to the energy that you project, and your style is a major part of that. Without it, you waste money chasing trends, you feel insecure walking into rooms, or you just blend in instead of stand out. But with it, you step into alignment with the woman you're becoming. Here are some practical steps to refine your style. These are tools that I have done that have really helped me step into my personal style that fits my body shape, the colors. So, number 1, you need to understand your body shape. There is this thing called Kibbe style where it shows what kind of clothes fit well on different body styles. You can just literally take a picture of your body. You can cut out your face or describe your body shape to ChatGPT and tell it, like, I have broad shoulders, or I have wide hips, or I have really long legs. And it could tell you based on the Kibbe style, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, what kind of clothing will look good on you. And once you find out your body shape and what Kibbe style you are, you just go on Pinterest, type it up, and there's an abundance, plethora of photos or styles that will look best on you. I'm a soft dramatic, so anything that accentuates my waist or goes with my height really enhances the overall look of my outfit. Another tip is understanding your color palette. So go to ChatGPT, describe your features, your skin color, your eye color, your hair color, or even just look to TikTok of women that look like you and look up what is their color palette. And once you understand what colors look good on you, you will find yourself looking a lot more magnetic, a lot well put together, and just look effortless based on your wearing clothes that are fit to your body and also wearing colors that help you stand out a lot better. Those are two tips that have helped a lot for me. Other than that, practical steps are investing in quality basics that fit well and you can tailor them to your body, accessorize with purpose, even the smallest details can speak the loudest, and you can dress really well, but if your posture and presence is not there, you will look sloppy. So, how you carry yourself really elevates you, and a practical step is to just work on your posture. Here's a question to reflect on. If your wardrobe and presence fully reflected the woman you are becoming, how would you feel stepping out the door every morning? Think about it. Quality number 6 of a well rounded woman. She prioritizes her physical well being and she has strength and softness. Your body is a vessel that you have for the rest of your life. When you care for your body, everything flows better. Your work, your relationships, your confidence, and in your 30s, this is impossible to ignore. This is the decade when you start to see the difference in the woman who put in the work and the woman who did not put in the work in their 20s. Little habits, good or bad, begin to compound. The late nights, the constant stress, lack of movement just don't disappear anymore. They start showing up in your skin, your energy, and your mood. On the flip side, the women who take care of themselves shine. They walk with energy, their presence feels lighter, and they can show up for the people they love without resentment or burnout. Health is not about vanity. It's about having the vitality to carry your dreams, your family, and your purpose. If you neglect your health and your body, it shows up as irritability, exhaustion, or even that quiet bitterness that comes from being too drained to live fully. Now, if you have children, there's even more of a reason to prioritize your health. Being strong and energized and confident isn't just about you anymore. It's showing your children what self care and vitality look like. When I became a mother, I took my health 20 times more seriously. I understood how much energy I needed to raise happy and healthy children, and how my own appearance and confidence directly impacted my own happiness. On top of that, since we're talking about physical health in women in our 30s, you need to build muscle. Muscle mass starts depleting after you hit 35 really fast. We can remove all misconceptions that building muscle is going to make us look bulky or big like men. That's not the case. It's about building the muscle that protects your bones, supports your posture, and boosts your metabolism. And honestly, just gives you functional strength for your daily life. From lifting groceries to lifting your kids. Strength isn't just aesthetic, but that is a bonus that comes with it. But it's empowerment and motion. Not only are you becoming stronger and healthier, you look so good being toned and muscular. Like, look at the women that have really lean muscle and and on top of that, they feel so energized and you can just feel their energy of how good they feel. So, although I don't want to make this about vanity, it's also about vitality. It's about having the stamina and the mindset to live fully, be a role model for your kids. Some practical tips to building the vitality is move every day, even if it's just a 20-minute walk. Strength train for longevity. Your future self will thank you. I know this can be hard for moms, especially if you have like a newborn, but try to prioritize your sleep as much as you can. This is a non negotiable. So if you have time to sleep versus scrolling on the phone, please choose sleep. And lastly, as surprising as this is, there are women out there that don't drink enough water, which I find crazy. So, for this is a reminder for those women that still don't drink enough water, please hydrate often. Your energy, focus, and mood depend all on it. And please treat your health as an investment to your health and family. Here's a question to reflect on. What will your dream life feel like if your body was strong, energized, and radiant enough to fully support it for you and the people that look up to you every single day? Number 7. This is another quality of a well rounded woman in her 30s, and this is makeup and skincare. This woman knows how to do her makeup and take care of her skin. Now, makeup and skincare at their best are about enhancing your natural beauty, not masking yourself. In your 30s, this skill set becomes essential. This isn't something you want to outsource. You don't want to kind of rely on someone else to always do your makeup, especially for like big events. No one knows your features, your skin, or your essence better than you do. Learning how to care for and enhance yourself, investment in your confidence, presence, and self respect. Take the time to study your features. What do you love about your eyes, your lips, your bone structure? Focus on enhancing those qualities instead of hiding behind products. Appreciate what God has given you. I truly believe that there's an energy and an aura to women that embrace their ancestral features, unique expressions, your natural beauty. That gratitude shows up in the way you carry yourself and how people perceive you. And it's crazy because I've met women that are beautiful. They're gorgeous. They have features that I wish I had. It's their unique features. Whenever we have girl talk, those are the same features that they want to fix. They want to do plastic surgery. They wish they had this kind of lips. They wish they had this kind of bone structure. And to me, I'm just thinking, I wish I had that. And just that insecurity gives off this energy that although I find them beautiful, this insecurity or the need or lack of appreciation that they have makes them feel not as magnetic, which taught me that I need to embrace my natural features. I know for myself that growing up, I picked on a lot of things on my face too, or how I looked. But once I started appreciating it and walk around with confidence, I found myself to feel more beautiful and also be perceived differently. Once I stopped picking on things, which we all women do, especially in our 20s, because you compare yourself and you're like, I wish I had that. But once you appreciate what unique features that God has given you, you give off a different energy and people sense it. And your confidence is more beautiful than a woman that's insecure and doesn't feel grateful for their futures. So once you accept your natural, beautiful features and have gratitude for them, enhance it. I really recommend taking makeup lessons, looking at tutorials, experimenting to see what looks good on your face and what doesn't. It's all education. They teach you how to highlight the strengths and present your best self to the world effortlessly. When done with this mindset, makeup becomes a tool for empowerment, not a mask. Without this balance, you either feel naked or disconnected because you're hiding it. But when you appreciate it and then when you master it, your confidence grows naturally, quietly, and powerfully. Here are some practical tips to master your skincare and makeup. Build a super simple skincare routine that suits your skin type. Consistency matters more than complexity. Second, master one effortless makeup look that highlights your favorite features. Experiment with tutorials and lessons to understand techniques that work for you and not someone else. And lastly, focus on enhancement and not masking. Celebrate what makes you uniquely beautiful. I love women that can pull off bangs, but I have a very small forehead and it doesn't look that good on me when I experimented with it. So, no bangs for me. So, knowing little tools and tricks like that will help you understand your face better and do things that enhance your features. So, here is a reflection question. Imagine walking into a room with skin you feel proud of and makeup looks that feel effortless. How would that change the way you carry yourself and show up in every interaction? Quality number 8 of a well rounded woman is poise and elegance, having grace under pressure. Poise is magnetism. It is calm, grounding energy that makes people respect you without even asking. Thinking about how poise is so important, I low key am sad that my parents didn't enroll me in ballet when I was a kid. I struggled for years with bad posture and it showed. I looked unconfident, my back ached, and I often felt smaller than I actually was. But learning to hold myself upright and practicing it completely changed how people perceived me and how I felt in my own body. And in your 30s, poise matters more than ever. It's not just about posture, it's about composure, presence, and knowing how to communicate in all situations. Without it, stress can make you feel reactive, snapping at people, over explaining, or even shrinking back. But with poise, this energy, this good posture, your head up high, you become someone that others naturally come for guidance and respect. This is a very small detail, but it's very overlooked. As a woman in our 30s, we need to learn to be more poised, good posture, and know how to carry yourselves in all kinds of situations. Some practical steps to cultivate this poise: pause before you respond. It takes a lot of weight off your words. You want to slow down your speech slightly, as thoughtful pacing makes you feel confident and calm. By helping with my posture, I bought a posture belt that helped it was very uncomfortable in the beginning, but it would remind me consistently to keep my back up. And then also follow this YouTube video, which are stretches that you can do on a daily basis to help make those muscles a lot stronger, especially if you've gone a long time with bad posture. And remember, good posture signals strength and presence. And just remember, poise is not perfection. It's about presence. The energy that you carry matters way more than the moves you make. A question to reflect on. How would your relationships be different if you responded with calm clarity instead of reacting out of stress and frustration? Quality number 9 of a well rounded woman. This is a spiritual connection anchored in faith. This is a very important quality. This is the main anchor in my life. It's about being anchored in something greater than yourself. A well rounded woman trusts in a higher power, practices gratitude, and surrenders to what she can't control. For a woman in our 30s, this is vital. At this stage of life, we often feel the weight of responsibility, careers, family, finances, health, and the urge to control everything can be very overwhelming. We think if we can micromanage and plan ahead and anticipate every outcome, we can prevent mistakes or protect those that we love. It's good intention. I get it. I'm guilty of it. But trying to control it all is very exhausting and it rarely works. And I'm saying this from experience. I'm turning 35 in a few months. It's not working. And I've just learned to let go. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means to release the need of carrying everything alone. It's about trusting that some outcomes are guided by something bigger than us and finding relief in that trust. When you let go of something you can't control, you create space for clarity, peace, and even joy. Some practical steps to practice surrendering is creating small daily rituals, for example, praying, journaling, meditating, or even a pause to note something that you're grateful for. Or identify one area each day to consciously release. Let go of the what ifs that you cannot change. Or try something as like breathe deeply when anxiety rises and remind yourself that you are guided and supported always. And reflect on past situations where letting go led to unexpected solutions. Let that reinforce your trust. Here is something to reflect on. How much lighter would you feel if you truly believe that you are guided, supported, and protected, even in the most busiest, most stressful moments of life? Now, to conclude this video, I want to reassure you that being a well rounded does not mean being perfect. It's about leaning into growth and balance and living a life that aligns with your values and your purpose. Your version of a well rounded woman might be different from mine, and that is the beauty of it. What matters the most is that you keep evolving to become the woman you are proud of, inside and out. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I would love to hear from you. Which area of your life are you focusing on right now? Your mindset, your health, your finances, or even your personal style? Drop it in the comments below so we can celebrate each other's growth. And if you really enjoyed this video and you want a little bit more guidance along the way, don't forget to check out my Soft Life Reset Workbook, totally free, down in the link, and also my Mindset Workbook if you're willing to put in the work to reframe how you think about life. These two workbooks are designed to help you reset, rebuild, and rewire your mindset to achieve the life that you desire. And my last message in this video is that I want to encourage all women, especially my fellow women in the 30s who are on this journey alongside me, to keep showing up with curiosity and grace and faith. Every small step you take compounds into the life that you deserve. And that is the essence of a well-rounded woman. And you're already on your way. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos on my channel, and I hope to see you at my next one. Have a good one. Bye.